Hey everyone, I'm NATO King, and this time we're entering Chapter 4 of Folklore, where I believe we're going to get some interesting answers to some of the long-standing mysteries of this game. Of course, we voted in the thread, and we're going to be experiencing the chapter as Keats first. When we last left him, he'd learned from Hervé that Cecilia is still alive after all these years, and from Dr. Lester that he blames himself for all the events that took place back then. But it seems like nobody really knows what those events were exactly. Most of the people who witnessed them are either no longer alive or nowhere to be found. And I can only think of one person left who actually witnessed those events and hasn't really been willing to talk to us about them. Well, there is one person. And speak of the devil. Although I'm not sure I could stomach talking to someone who can't figure out how to turn off their caps lock in what I presume was a handwritten letter. So we'll just make the usual rounds and talk to everybody else in Doolin before finally getting to the source. Well, let's see. We know what's there to see under the hinge at Samain. There's a portal to the netherworld. Did she maybe go through it? So she won't tell us anything about the medicine or the probable wild goose chase that she sent Ellen on. Then again, how does Charlotte know about the Forgotten Palace? And how would Keats know there's no medicine there? He didn't go that way. Yep, that's right. I've just got a couple of other people to talk to first. I really don't understand what's gotten into him. Then again, almost every conversation in this chapter sounds like it was really badly translated. I honestly have no idea what they're trying to say here. I think half their questions are remembering things that people have told them, and again, just translation issues. But I think that's the gist of what you were supposed to get out of it, is that O'Connell isn't actually here for a scientific pursuit at all, but he's looking for a woman, and he thinks the hag might be her. And I don't know whether that's what he says after talking to Suzette or just the second line from O'Connell. But anyway, time for some answers at last. Alright, of course, because just because someone's dead doesn't mean we can't get the information out of them. Well, let's grab our memento. Well, of course, I want to talk to everybody about the recent murder first. I always do. But I do want to point out, when I said in the last video that this was going to happen, I didn't think I would be right. Well, he certainly shows a lot of concern for the deceased. Yeah, the conversation between those two still makes no sense. Why would she be in hiding? Well, maybe it's because she's a serial killer. Well, I will say I'm fairly sure she didn't strangle herself to death. I'm pretty sure that's impossible. But I guess given the tip-off about Ryan's grave, we might as well go check it out. Not that I think there'll be anything there. I mean, we know where we have to go at this point. We need to take that brass medallion to the hinge and open up the fourth realm. But it doesn't hurt to look. It's not that way. In the daytime, it's just an ordinary grave. It's not until night that it becomes the entrance to Warcadia. And I guess I might as well look around inside the church now that I actually can. Yeah, this looks like the clinic room they set up, and I guess that desk over there in the corner is where we would have found the letter and the cassette tape. Unless it was that desk. And looks like just more clinical beds. Up here is the only part that still looks like a church. Almost want to say maybe there's not a whole lot of religion left in Doolin. Or at least not any reason for everybody to gather and celebrate it. And again, seems like nobody but Dr. Lester has been in that church for the last 17 years. Almost done. Just got a couple people left to talk to. And I think it's the two that usually give us some of the best information. Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure that what he was trying to say before the translators got hold of it was that since everybody who knows about the incident 17 years ago is dead, if the murders are trying to cover that up, that should be the last of them. But I'm just guessing. See, at least she's got the courtesy to have concern for the living people left behind. Unless was Harriet maybe the person that Mr. O'Connell was looking for? But she lived right there. Anyway, time to switch over to nighttime and head to the hinge. And you know, thinking about it, it hasn't been all that long. We've got time left. Let's check in with the Half-Lives before we go off to the hinge. I usually skip this particular period of the game for conversations and go straight to the next realm. But we might learn something. Yeah, that's pretty much what Jimmy told Ellen in the last chapter. Well, that seems like quite a logical leap. That doesn't sound good for anyone involved. That may have been a joke before the translation, but it's honestly a surprise, and explains a few things. I'm sure there is, but you know the sequence as well as I do, Gang Connor. First, we go through the combat portion of the next realm, then we come back to do quests. We'll take care of Frizzy and Jimmy at some point. I do kind of want to check in on Charlotte, though, just to see if she's around. It's always locked at night. But I guess I don't really need to worry. I mean, if Charlotte's been going to the Netherworld for a long time, and she's got half-lives to watch over her, how dangerous could it really be? Besides, we've got to go into danger ourselves.
It's like a spotlight. How is it that men seek fame and fortune while disregarding death?
Looks kind of like this realm is melting, or dripping, or something. Well, he's quite right. This is a very different realm from any of the other ones in the game. But just how it's different and what we'll find inside, we'll find out next time.